A patient of mine asked me if I would make her a video on how to do manual exchanges, which is one of the 2 ways in doing PD dialysis. So PD dialysis can be done in 2 ways. One way is the manual way that uses gravity, and the other way is with a cycler machine. Today I'm gonna go over how to do it the manual way using gravity. So first we have to start with our supplies. Welcome back. So the first thing that we do before we do anything is wash our hands. Some companies have a 2-minute hand washing policy, some have a 20-second hand washing policy. Listen to your nurse, find out what the policy is. It sounds silly, but some people really don't know how to wash their hands properly, and your nurse will teach you how to do that. Second thing you have to do is clean your workstation. This brown bench is my workstation. We use a bleach solution to clean it. Most patients just buy Lysol bleach wipes, rub it down real quick, and they're good to go. Some companies teach you how to mix bleach and water together, but for the most part, it's easier to just buy those wipes. All right, Nathaniel snapped us back to reality. The supplies that we need for manual PD exchanges are 1, the dialysate bag. 2, you need 2 clamps. I like having different color clamps, a red clamp and a blue clamp. Hand sanitizer, gloves, and a 4x4 or gauze. All right, you've washed your hands, you've cleaned your workstation, and you've gathered your supplies. Now, it's time to open the bag. So you're gonna grab a dialysis bag. Each bag has these perforations that allows you to just rip it open. Or you can take your clamp, run the clamp along the bag, and it'll open it up for you. So open your bag. The vendor that we use is Baxter. There's also Fresenius, and I'm sure there's even others out there, but we're Baxter here. So with the bag, you want to inspect it to make sure that the bag is the right bag for you to use. We use an acronym called SCALE, S-C-A-L-E. S stands for solution strength. So your nurse will give you a specific prescription that you will have for your dialysis treatments. Your solution strength on the Baxter bags or on the side, this is 1.5% dextrose. In the middle, 1.5% dextrose. And I can tell by this yellow top here that this is a 1.5% bag. So you want to open your bag. When I say open, I mean peel off all of the strings and the drain bag. Open it all up. All right, I did it. It's all open. So you have your solution bag here, and you have your lines and your drain bag here. So as I said, SCALE, S-C-A-L-E. S is for solution strength. C is for clarity. You're gonna make sure that the bag is clear. You can't see any objects floating around in it. It's not hazy. A trick we do is take a 4x4 or take anything with writing on it actually, put it on the back of the bag, and if I can read clearly what that says, then I know it's clear. So I pass the clarity check. A is amount. This top right corner is a 2,000 milliliter or a 2-liter bag. I know according to my prescription from my nurse that I need to use a 2-liter bag. So I have the right amount. L, S-C-A-L, is for leaks. Give the bag a good squeeze. Make sure that nothing's leaking out of it. If anything's leaking out of it, discard that bag and get another bag. Now, when the bag is in here, there may be some condensation that builds up in here. Don't confuse that with the bag leaking. Take the bag out of the bag, squeeze it. If nothing's coming out, then there are no leaks. The last part of SCALE, S-C-A-L-E, is for expiration. Make sure your bag is not expired. Now your box that your bags come in has an expiration date on it, but the bags, the top right, also has an expiration date, July 2024. This is a good bag. I did not use an expired bag. I should have used an expired bag to train, but SCALE, we're good. That's the first thing that you do after washing your hands, cleaning your workstation, and gathering your supplies. Now let's hang this up. All right, we're ready to hang it up. I'm My coworker told me I'm talking way too fast and I need to slow down, so I'll try to slow down for you guys. So the bags have this area right here that you can use to hang it. Look at that, it's hanging. We also provide patients with this scale. The scale seems flimsy, but it is strong enough to hold the bag. I have a 2-liter bag here. The scale will tell me that I have a 2-liter bag. All right, once you have this hanging, you will lower the drain bag to the floor. Now, the drain bag has 2 sides. A shiny side, where if you scratch it, sounds like you're scratching plastic, you don't really hear anything. And it has a hazy side, where you scratch it, it's making all those funny noises I used to like to make when you were a kid. Shiny side up, this side to the ground. You want the shiny side up because you want to see what's inside of the bag when you drain into the bag. So at some point when we connect, we're going to drain what's inside of us into this bag, and shiny side up lets us see if there's anything in there that shouldn't be in there. All right, now we have our clamps. Red clamp, red is for emergencies. I put the red clamp on the fill line. This solution bag will fill inside of you when you start your treatment. So this line is called the fill line. This area is what actually connects to you so you can start your treatment. This is the drain bag. This line is connected to the drain bag, so we call this the drain line. I'll put the blue clamp on the drain line and the red clamp on the fill line. Now, it doesn't matter where you put the clamp, as long as you properly secure the clamp when you put it on.
Want to hear a short story about the average timeshare vacation? Once upon a time, I wanted to use my timeshare.
If you can see, I have my drain bag right here on the ground, shiny side up. I have my red clamp on my fill line, my blue clamp on my drain line. And this is just hanging freely right here. The cap's still on it, so it's still sterile. It's not touching anything, it's just hanging, and that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna take this pad, I'm gonna put it on my lap. I'm gonna take my transfer set, that is what this is called. This is not a catheter, this is a transfer set, and place that on my lap. Let's sanitize my hands. Let's put on my gloves. Extra large gloves for extra large hands. I'm gonna take my 4x4. I'm going to open it up and I'm gonna put a solution on it called Alkavis. Now this solution is used to clean and sterilize my transfer set before I connect to the bag or to the machine. I'm gonna take Alkavis and pour a bit of it on the gauze. And I'm gonna separate the gauze. I have 2 of them, 1, 2. So for one of them, I'm going to clean the area between the cap and the actual transfer set. I'm gonna clean and sterilize that area as best as I can. And I'm gonna scrub for a minute. Right, I scrub for a minute, take it off. And I'm gonna take my other piece of gauze with the Alkavis on it, and I'm gonna wrap it around for 1 minute. Now I'll just let it sit right there. All right, it's been wrapped for a minute. I scrubbed it for a minute. We are ready to go. Let's do it. All right, so I actually have some fluid inside of this apron, so you will see the fluid drain down in the drain bag if I can do this camera work properly, because I lost my assistant. So this is clean. This is still sterile. I'm going to take this lip area right here. It's a loop. I'm gonna put it on the finger that's holding the transfer set. I'm gonna slightly loosen the cap so I can easily take it off. I am going to pull drop the cap, and twist to connect. And you're connected. That's it. Pretty simple. Inside of these caps, it's iodine. So there's iodine all along here right now. I tell my patients to just dab it, get some of that iodine off. So when you have this laying down, it's on your bed, it's on your clothes, you don't get iodine on you. But we are now officially connected. So let's start our treatment. All right, so as you can see, I'm connected. The first step in the treatment for manual exchanges is always to drain. When you connect to the manual bag or when you connect to the machine, the first thing that's always going to happen is it's going to drain whatever is inside of you. Now, you may not have nothing inside of you. It's still going to try to drain. When it detects that there's nothing coming out, the machine will stop. When you see that nothing else is coming out, you will stop. But we don't want to skip the drain, because if I have a lot of fluid inside of me already, if I'm going to put this big bag inside of me, that's a lot of pressure, and we don't want that. So that's why we always drain first. Now, to drain, we unclamp the drain line. So now the drain line has no clamp on it. Let's push this back a little bit so you can actually see the drain bag. But it's not draining. I took the clamp off, but it's not draining. Why is that? Oh, because of this safety feature right here called the frangible. This has to be cracked in order for the drain process to start. So to crack it, you just grab this end and grab this end and bend it. And you can see, I don't know if you heard it, but it's cracked open. Then bend it the other way and bend it, make sure it's fully cracked. It's pretty simple. It's not really hard. Okay, so the clamp is off. The frangible is cracked, but I'm still not draining. Why am I not draining? Because the transfer set can open and close. So you grab the blue area here, grab the right area here, and you twist. And guess what? Now it's open. And you can open, and the more you open it, the faster the fluid drains and fills in. So I'm gonna open this all the way, and that's it. Right now it's open all the way. And I am officially draining. So as you can see, I am connected. This is open. The drain line leads to the drain bag, and I have the shiny side up, and you can see some fluid in there already. And you can see it moving, actually. Look at that. And you'll drain for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's how long it should take. If you notice the bag no longer filling, or if you notice it's hard to see, but there's a bubble right here that's moving really fast. If nothing's moving there, you don't see any bubbles in the line moving, you're probably done draining.
With courses developed and taught by some of the most distinguished names in the U.S. fire industry, Columbia Southern University stands.
So once we were done draining, what we want to do is close our transfer set. I'm done with this step of draining. I want to proceed to the next step, but first let's be safe and let's close this. And to close it, you just twist it. And it'll click, and it's closed. Okay, so what have we done so far? We have drained into our drain bag. We have closed our transfer set. The next thing we want to do is get rid of the air that's in the line. This is called flushing. So right now, this line, the fill line, has a lot of air in it. We don't want to put this bag inside of us yet until we get rid of this air, because if we just try to put this bag inside of us, all of this air will go inside of us. And when air goes inside of your transfer set and your catheter and inside of your abdomen, your peritoneal cavity, it'll migrate up into your diaphragm, migrate up to your shoulder, and you'll have shoulder pain and a slight chest pain from your diaphragm for about 3 to 5 days. And the only treatment for that is like over-the-counter Tylenol. You have to wait for that air to just dissipate. So let's not go through that, right? Let's get rid of this air. So how do we do that? We flush the line. In order to flush it, we first take off the emergency red clamp, And that's why we have this red clamp, to let you know, hey, I don't want to miss a step here. What am I missing? All right, we have to flush the line first. So pop off that red clamp and make sure this is closed. There's a frangible right here that we need to break. The fluid won't come from here until we break this frangible. Now, when we break it, because this transfer set is closed, the fluid's gonna rush down from this line and go down into the drain bag. So it's gonna bypass going inside of you because your transfer set is closed. Now, if it was open, the air would rush inside of you. So we wanna make sure that the clamp is off the drain line, the clamp is off the fill line, and then we're gonna crack the frangible and watch the fluid go down into the drain bag. And we're gonna do a 3 Mississippi count. Let's see if we can give you a closer look. All right, so frangible broken, fluid rushed down. It was really fast, really fast. But if you look closely at the drain bag, you can see that the fluid is rushing in there. So remember, we wanna do a 3 Mississippi count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, clamp. Drain line is clamped. The fluid is no longer rushing into the drain bag. The fluid has nowhere to go. This is filled with fluid and it is ready to go inside. All right, we're almost done. Got my drain bag, got my fill bag. I'm connected. The line is flushed. So we're ready to fill me up with this dialysate fluid. So all I do is twist to open my transfer set. My transfer set is open and fluid is rushing in. And I'll just show you what's underneath the apron. You have this bag right here that is already filled with a lot of fluid, and you can kind of see more and more fluid going in. So it is a matter of gravity. The higher you have the IV pole, the faster the fluid will go inside of your abdomen. It usually takes between 10 to 15 minutes to properly fill. Once that's done, then you disconnect from the manual bag and you go about your day. Usually, if you do manuals instead of machine treatments, it's between 3 to 4 exchanges a day, and an exchange is draining and filling is one exchange. I drain that, I fill again, that's exchange number 2. So for people who do manuals, it's usually 3 to 4 exchanges a day, and each exchange should stay dwelling inside of you for 4 to 6 hours. It depends on the prescription that the doctor and the nurse tells you that you should do. Okay, 10 minutes has elapsed. The bag is officially empty. I officially have 2 liters or 2,000 milliliters dwelling inside of me. I am ready to disconnect. The first thing that I do is close my transfer set. Twist, twist, and you hear a click. It's closed. Second thing is disinfect. Between this area and this area, I will scrub for 1 minute with my gauze that's soaked with Alka-Vis, and then I will wrap gauze soaked with Alka-Vis around this for 1 minute. So let's go do that. Okay, so you've seen this before. I've got the blue pad on my lap, got my transfer set still connected to the bag on my lap. I have my 4x4 that I'm going to open. I have my Alka-Vis that I'm going to pour on my 4x4s. Get it nice and wet. And I have my 2 mini caps here, ready for me to disconnect. So I separate the 2 pieces of gauze. I take 1 piece and I scrub this area for 1 minute. Try to refrain from twisting back and forth as you scrub, because you don't want to twist this off and disconnect. All right, scrub for 1 minute. Take the other piece, wrap it around for 1 minute. Hey Siri, set a 1 minute timer.
1 minute, starting now.
There you go. All right, guys. My transfer set right now is soaking for a minute in the wrapped Alkavis gauze. Now, I want to go back to this. I have the red clamp on my drain line. Before I disconnect, make sure that your fill line is clamped. If this is not clamped and you disconnect, there's always a little bit of something left inside of there. It's going to come squirting at you. So keep this clamped and keep your drain line clamped before you disconnect. Okay, while this is soaking for a minute, I can get my mini caps ready. My mini caps are the caps that go onto your transfer set. You should always have two with you just in case one falls after you open it. Look at the expiration date. Make sure it's not expired. There's a little lip right here. You can barely see it, but it helps you open it up. I recommend not opening like I just did. I recommend having it down on your workstation and opening it up safely in the way where the cap won't fall down. Grab your cap, look inside. There's iodine inside, which is great. Keeps everything safe and sterile. Grab your transfer set, take off that gauze. So always keep your transfer set aimed down. When it's exposed to the air, I'm gonna untwist, untwist, untwist. And let's do that a little bit closer so you can see. I'm going to untwist, 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 and just put that cap right on. And twist, secure, everything's locked and sealed. And guess what? Nothing squirted at me. I got both of my clamps on. Free man, I am done. One final thing that I didn't mention in the video that's very important, contamination. When you are about to open this transfer set to connect to the tubing, or when you're disconnecting and you're gonna put the cap back on, you should always be wearing a mask. That way, I'm not breathing bacteria onto my transfer set. If anyone is in the room with you, they should be wearing a mask. Pets should be out of the room. Windows should be closed so air isn't introduced to the transfer set with bacteria. Doors should be closed for the same reason. Your air conditioner or heater vent should either be closed or you should just turn the unit off while you're connecting or disconnecting from the machine. And lastly, your door should be closed, windows should be closed, AC vent should be off. Everyone should be wearing a mask, pets out of the room. That's it. That's it. If you have any questions, comment below. Let me know. Let me know how horrible this video was. It was so bad. I'm sure this is classic D acting right here. But enjoy your day. Enjoy your dialysis.